Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Living in Orlando, Florida. I'm Doug Packard, your no-nonsense guide to all things real estate in Central Florida. If you're thinking about relocating to Orlando, you've probably got visions of Mickey Mouse and eternal summer dancing in your head. But let's cut the fluff. Orlando isn't just theme parks and tourists. It's a real city with real neighborhoods, real traffic, and yes, real alligators in the pond. Today we're diving into the ultimate Orlando, Florida relocation guide. I'll give you the straight facts with a slight lean toward the north side of town because, honestly, that's where the smart money lives. Better schools, established communities, and way less of that tourist circus. Stick around. No sales pitch, I promise. Let's get into it. First off, Orlando is not just theme parks. Yes, we've got Mickey, Harry Potter, and a whole lot of people walking around in mouse ears. That's not the real Orlando. If you're relocating here, your life is probably not going to revolve around standing in line for 3 hours to ride Space Mountain. Orlando is a metro area with over 2.5 million people, and it's growing faster than the crabgrass in my yard. The Orlando MSA led the nation in population growth last year. There are dozens of communities that all feel very different. So where you choose to live matters a lot. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Orlando has challenges. Traffic can be brutal, especially on I-4, which is perpetually under construction. Insurance costs are climbing faster than Space Mountain. And yes, it gets hot and humid in the summer. But if you're relocating, you're probably weighing quality of life. And that's where Orlando shines, or at least the north side of town does. If you know where to look, Orlando offers some of the best suburban living in Florida. Let's talk about why people actually relocate here. And I mean the real reasons, not the Disney marketing brochure version. We've got no state income tax. This is huge, especially if you're moving from states like New York, New Jersey, or California. Your paycheck goes further here. We've got year-round activities. And no, I don't mean the theme parks, though you might spend some time there. We've got great golf courses, beautiful lakes and rivers for boating and fishing, incredibly clear springs that provide a wealth of recreation opportunities, and you can be at the beach in less than an hour. Both kids and adults can play outdoor sports year-round. Sports fans get the Orlando Magic, Orlando City Soccer, and UCF Knights football. Not quite the NFL, but hey, tickets are cheap. We've got a growing job market. Orlando's economy isn't just tourism anymore. We've got a thriving tech and simulation sector, world-class healthcare systems in Advent Health and Orlando Health, the aerospace industry, and education led by UCF, one of the top 3 largest universities in the country. A lot of folks move here because jobs are easier to come by than in some parts of the country, and the cost of living, while rising, is still more affordable than Miami, Tampa, or most big cities up north. Plus, if you work remotely, your dollar stretches further here than most major metro areas. We've got a reasonable cost of living. Let's talk money. Relocation ain't cheap. Overall, Orlando's cost of living is about average for the U.S., but it varies by area. Groceries, gas, utilities expect to pay 10 to 20% more than the Midwest averages, but less than coastal California. The weather? Look, I'm going to be honest, June through September can be rough. It's hot, humid, and we get afternoon thunderstorms that can flood your street in 20 minutes. But October through May, that's some of the best weather in the country. Now here's where I'm going to save you some serious headaches, and probably some money too. All right, pausing the video here for a quick reality check. Planning to move to Orlando? Maybe the north side like Seminole County where the schools don't suck and you're not dodging tourists? I put together an ultimate relocation guide that cuts through the crap. Top employers, best hospitals, rock solid schools, all the stuff you'd expect to spend hours digging for. It's free, no catch, just click the link in the description or pinned comment. Want to talk? I'm your guy. No assistants, no team BS, just me. An Orlando area native with over 30 years in the local real estate market, giving you the real deal. Let's keep it simple. Not all Orlando neighborhoods are created equal. Let me start where I'd actually recommend you live, the north side, particularly Seminole County. This is where the locals with options choose to live, and there's good reason for that. These areas have that established neighborhood feel with mature trees, you know, the kind that actually provide shade. Let's start with Lake Mary. This is your premium suburb and Seminole County's polished gem. Great schools, low crime, beautiful homes and neighborhoods, golf courses, corporate office parks, and everything you need is within a 15-minute drive. And you're far enough from the tourist corridor that you forget Disney exists. People here complain about the traffic on I-4, but they're doing it from behind the wheel of a BMW, so they'll survive. Oh, the high school changes north of Lake Mary Boulevard. Just be aware of that. Let's move along to Oviedo. This is where soccer moms go to multiply. Oviedo is the family suburb with free-roaming chickens. Seriously, chickens roam the downtown area like they own the place. Some newer neighborhoods, and still some small-town charm. It's kind of like Lake Mary, but with feathers. Longwood. Longwood is one of the OG suburbs up north. Big trees, big yards, and big neighborhoods that have stood the test of time like Sweetwater Oaks, Sable Point, The Springs, and Wekiva. Some of the posh neighborhoods off Markham Woods Road also have a Longwood address. Longwood is more old-school suburban charm than shiny new construction. Quieter than Lake Mary, which is either a perk or a snooze depending on your taste. Winter Springs. Winter Springs is Oviedo's quieter little sibling. Safe, suburban, cul-de-sacs everywhere, and more lawn equipment per household than you ever thought possible. The massive Tuscaloosa development makes up a great deal of the city, and both have a great park system. Plus, the Cross Seminole Trail runs right through it. If you want simple, safe, and not too flashy, Winter Springs checks the box. Sanford, my hometown. Historic downtown, lakefront views, craft breweries galore, trendy restaurants, live music venues, a gorgeous marina, and just enough grit to keep it interesting. It hasn't been fully polished by gentrification yet, which is a good thing. You can still grab a beer without refinancing your house. Altamonte Springs, home of the Altamonte Mall, which is one of a few indoor malls that continue to thrive, and it's home to Cranes Roost Park. It's affordable, central, convenient, but driving on State Road 436 is basically a contact sport. It's retail central, thanks to the Altamonte Mall. It's a bustling middle-class hub with apartments galore and a meh vibe. Good for commuters who don't mind generic suburban sprawl. Cranes Roost Park is a great place to walk if you're into that. Casselberry, the scrappy underdog. Affordable, with a mix of old school charm and suburban blandness. Secret Lake Park's a gem for picnics, but the main drag feels like a time warp back to 1985. It's decent for budget conscious families who don't need glamour. Why Seminole County wins? Better schools, less traffic, more established neighborhoods, and frankly, fewer tourists. Seminole County schools consistently outrank Orange County. Your kids won't be in overcrowded classrooms, and your commute won't involve sitting behind rental cars going 45 in the left-hand lane. If you want to live where your neighbors know your name instead of asking for directions to Universal, Northside's your spot. Orange County does have some decent school options, especially in Maitland and Winter Park. Winter Park is that ritzy cousin who brags about their zip code. It's the crown jewel of Central Florida. If you've got the budget, you get brick streets, oak trees, upscale shops, museums, actual culture, fancy restaurants, and real estate that ages like fine wine. Even the train station looks classy. You can walk to brunch without stepping on a single cracked sidewalk. I mean, it's bougie, but it's the good kind of bougie. Maitland is Winter Park's quieter, more practical cousin. You get the tree-lined streets, lakes, and less of the look at me vibe. It's family-friendly, established, and you don't need a trust fund to live here. Oh, it doesn't hurt. Zoned for Winter Park High School, too. Baldwin Park is master plan perfection, built on what used to be a Navy base. Wide sidewalks, a village center with cute shops and overpriced cafes, and houses that look like they were designed for a Southern Living cover shoot. It's walkable, it's expensive, and it's almost too perfect, like Pleasantville with better Wi-Fi. Zoned for Winter Park High, too. College Park, not a college town, just a trendy Orlando neighborhood pretending to be a suburb. Think bungalows, boutique shops, and restaurants that charge $20 for a sandwich. Edgewater drives the heart with a walkable, we're cool but not Winter Park cool vibe. It's hip without being pretentious. Well, not too pretentious. It's great for young professionals who want urban perks without downtown chaos. Just know you're still dealing with Orange County schools and more urban issues. Downtown Orlando, it's hip, urban vibe with condos, historic homes, bars, and events. Great if you're young, single, and don't mind the occasional sketchy alley. But families? Nah. Apopka, known as the indoor foliage capital of the world. Basically, if you've ever bought a houseplant at Home Depot, it probably came from Apopka. You'll get more house for your money, but don't expect to walk to a trendy coffee shop, unless your idea of trendy is a 7-Eleven with fresh mulch stacked out front. Windermere is lakes, estates, and gated communities full of Orlando's who's who. It's stunning, it's exclusive, and it's expensive. If you've ever wanted to live next to a professional athlete or a guy who owns 5 car dealerships, this is where you do it. Dr. Phillips, home of Bay Hill. Nice area, don't get me wrong. Dr. Phillips has great restaurants and shopping. Upscale, but not as in-your-face as Windermere. Swanky homes, decent schools, and Restaurant Row for when you want to drop $50 on a burger. It's close to theme parks, so expect tourist traffic, lots of it. Winter Garden. This is a hipster haven and the poster child for cute downtowns. Brick streets, craft breweries, farmers markets, and overpriced avocado toast on every corner in the old downtown. West Orange Trail runs right through it, so there's a good chance you'll get run over by a cyclist in full Tour de France gear. Homes aren't cheap anymore, but the charm tax is real. There are lots of newer cookie-cutter subdivisions and, of course, the Orange County schools this year. Horizon West, the new kid on the west side, sprawling with cookie-cutter homes and master-planned dreams. Think shiny new schools, shopping centers, new families, and everything within 5 minutes of a chain restaurant or boba tea shop. It's where people move when they want small-town charm, but define that as having a Target within walking distance. Ocoee. Ocoee is Winter Garden's less polished neighbor. You'll find plenty of newer subdivisions, easy access to 429, and prices that don't sting quite as much as Winter Gardens. It's family-friendly and growing fast. For now, it's practical, convenient, and a little under the radar. Orange County schools, of course. Clermont. Clermont is where Central Florida gets hills. Yes, actual elevation. It's farther out, but people love it for the space, the newer homes, and the chain of lakes. It's in Lake County and growing fast, maybe too fast, because the infrastructure is struggling to keep up. It's more affordable, but your gas bill will remind you that you're not close to anything. Here's the question of the day. What's freaking you out most about moving to Orlando? Crappy schools, tourist overload, or something else? Drop it in the comments. I actually read them and might even roast your concern in the next video. Got questions? Comments are fine, but if you want the real no BS scoop, text, call, or email me. My info's on screen. I'll handle it myself. No passing you off to some assistant or team flunky. You get straight talk from a local who knows Orlando inside out. Let's head south. The further south you go toward the theme parks, the more you're living in a tourist economy. That means higher prices, more traffic, and infrastructure that's designed for visitors, not residents. Kissimmee, tourist trap meets working class grit. Close to Disney, so it's crawling with vacation rentals and theme park workers. Downtown's got some old school charm, but the sprawl and traffic scream budget Orlando. Affordable, but you'll dodge minivans full of tourists. Quite possibly more billboards per square mile than there are people. St. Cloud. St. Cloud is Kissimmee's quieter cousin. Fewer tourists, more locals. You get a historic downtown, proximity to the lakes, and homes that don't come with Disney pricing. It's growing fast though, so enjoy the small town feel while it lasts, because the developers definitely have their eye on it. Celebration. Disney's attempt at real-life Main Street USA. Picture-perfect homes, white picket fences, and a creepy too-clean vibe. It's family-friendly with a small-town feel, but the HOA runs the show. It's pricey and has a very Stepford vibe. If Norman Rockwell and Walt Disney had a baby, this would be it. Lake Nona, the shiny new kid on the block. Master plan, modern, and packed with tech bros and medical pros. Think golf courses, fancy schools, and houses that look like they're from a sci-fi flick. It's pricey and feels like a bubble, but hey, at least it's got good Wi-Fi. Avalon Park, another master plan community with a we've got it all attitude. Family friendly with decent schools, parks, and a downtown area that's basically a glorified strip mall. It's where families go when they want to feel cosmopolitan about walking to Chipotle. It's affordable compared to Lake Nona, but the cookie cutter homes and HOA oversight might make you feel like you're living in a sitcom set. Note that it's right in the shadows of the Curtis Stanton Energy Plant, which still has 2 coal-fired power generators. There have been some concerns in the past about the health effects of coal dust. Schools. If you have kids, this should be your number one consideration. Orange County schools are hit or miss. There are some great schools, particularly in Maitland and Winter Park, but a lot that you'll want to avoid. Seminole County, on the north side of town, consistently ranks as some of the best schools in Florida, with A-rated publics that actually prepare kids for more than flipping burgers at the parks. If you want your kids in strong public schools without selling a kidney for private tuition, Seminole County, Maitland, or Winter Park is where you're looking. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, I-4. It's a parking lot disguised as an interstate. If you work downtown or South Orlando and live north, budget extra time for your commute. They have recently added express lanes with tolls that ease the flow a bit. The good news is if you live and work on the north side, you can mostly avoid I-4 altogether. Sunrail, our commuter rail system, exists but has limited routes and schedules. Thankfully, 4 Seminole County cities have Sunrail stations. Most people drive here though, so factor that into your housing decision. Pardon the interruption again. I've been helping people buy and sell homes in the Orlando area for over 30 years. And here's the deal. If you reach out, you'll be working directly with me. No assistants, no newly hired team members, no partner agents, no handoffs. I'm not some YouTube guy who vanishes once you hit the contact button. I work one-on-one with every client because that's how you actually get results. Whether you're moving next week or next year, call, text, or email me. My info's on the screen and in the description. Here's a housing market reality check. The market's been crazy, but it's settling down. Expect to pay more than you did in Ohio or Michigan, but less in California or New York. Prices have gone up, but compared to places like California or New York, you'll feel like you hit the jackpot. If you want to divide the Orlando area in half, here's what you'll see. South Orlando, lots of new builds, controlling HOAs, and higher turnover. North Orlando, established communities, tree-lined streets, and homes that actually have character. Seminole County homes generally hold their value better long-term because the demand is consistent. People want the schools, the neighborhoods, and the lifestyle. Hurricane preparedness. Yes, we get hurricanes. No, we're not Miami or the coast. Most of the time, it's just a lot of wind and rain, but you'll want a portable generator and a plan. Don't let this scare you away. We've been dealing with this for decades, and we're far enough inland that it's really not that big of a factor. The culture. Orlando's got more culture than people give it credit for. Winter Park Museum of Art, Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, great restaurant scene. Just don't expect New York or Chicago levels of nightlife. What to avoid? Don't move here just for Disney. The novelty wears off fast, and you'll be stuck with tourist traffic forever. Don't assume all of Orlando is the same. That tourist corridor experience is not representative of actual Orlando living. Don't skip the school research. Even within good districts, individual schools vary wildly. Don't underestimate the summer heat. If you've never lived in real humidity, visit in August before you commit. And don't ignore flood zones. Many developments were built on backfilled swamps. Make sure it's high and dry where you buy. Here's my bottom line after 30 plus years in this market. If you're moving to Orlando, focus on Seminole County or the north side of Orange County. You'll get better schools, less traffic, more established neighborhoods, and frankly, a better quality of life. You might pay a little more up front, but your home will hold its value better, your kids will get a better education, and you won't spend half your life sitting in tourist traffic. If you're serious about relocating to Orlando and want someone who'll tell you the truth instead of just trying to make a sale, reach out to me. I've been here long enough to know which neighborhoods are worth your time and which ones will have you moving again in 2 years. There you have it, the ultimate Orlando relocation guide with a healthy dose of Northside love because, let's face it, it's just better for real living. If this helped, smash that like button. Subscribe for more no BS real estate insights. And drop a comment. Where are you relocating from? If you're serious about moving here, especially to Seminole County or North Orlando, hit me up. Link in the description. I'm Doug Packard, keeping it real in Orlando. See you next time.